Look, writing films is really hard. You've got to write all these scenes, all these little short ones, couple of the big ones. You've got to have a plot, it's got to have twists in it, it's all got to make sense. Now, I sound like I'm taking the piss, and most of that is just my base levels of smug, but I really mean it. Putting surprises in your films to stop the audience from getting bored and making sure they all make sense is a bloody nightmare. And you try and tweak it, and you try and tweak it, and you just try and maneuver plot elements until you just say, look, it just happened, alright? That plot thing just happened, screams Damon Lindelof. The smoke monster just happened. I don't know, I'm tired. Filmmakers often find themselves written into a corner, and the only way out is down the trusty plot hole. And here are some that may have passed you by. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are 10 major plot holes you probably missed. Number 10, Star Wars. The plot hole, why do stormtroopers wear body armor? I mean, sure, I get it, aesthetics and all that, but no, seriously though, their armor doesn't protect them from laser fire, and that's the only thing that body armor should be doing. It doesn't even protect them from rocks being thrown by Ewoks, so why do they wear it? I mean, surely it must be impeding their abilities as soldiers, obscuring their vision, making their movements clumsy, weighing them down. No wonder they keep missing everything when they fire. It would make sense if they had even the slightest protection from literally any attacks whatsoever, but they don't. Maybe branding is just really important to the Empire. Number 9, Superman 2 and Superman Returns. The plot hole, that kiss. Look, Superman has had a lot of nonsense powers in his time from the funny pages, including super baking, super weaving, and super creating tiny replica Supermen from his hands via magic, aka bullshit. But the skeeviest of all of Supes' powers is that he's able to rewire Lois's brain using just his tongue. Seriously, he decides that she can't know that Clark Kent is Superman anymore and sucks that memory out through her mouth. Yuck. Given the huge amount of love for the film, you can only assume that people just didn't care about the Deus Ex Macking It power. That's the best pun I've ever written, except then Superman goes away, and when he comes back in Superman Returns, which ignores movies 3 and 4, Lois Lane has had what turns out to be his kid, which, as Kevin Smith once points out, creates a giant plot hole. See, if Lois Lane doesn't remember that Clark is Superman and sees that her kid is obviously Superman's kid, why the hell isn't the investigative journalist's next question, so hey, Superman, when exactly did you me against my knowledge? Number 8, Prometheus. The plot hole, how did anyone get lost? Pointing out a plot hole in Prometheus is like pointing out a wrinkle on Mick Jagger's face. Why was old man Guy Pearce kept a secret? Why does David do literally any of the things that he does?
Sorry.
Why didn't they run left or right, for the love of God? Damon Lindelof, you're the devil himself. Look, some of these can be forgiven as sort of thematic, we're never meant to know, but what can't is one of the plot developments that kicks off literally all the things that go wrong. Fifield and Milburn get lost on the way back to the ship. Uh-oh, and in the process, Milburn has a bad time with a snake, and Fifield is mutated into a murderous so-and-so, except, wait, what? How did they get lost? They had a map, a 3D map, and radio contact with the ship. You know, the floating little ball things, they created a map, and you can't even try to get lost with that technology. Bull.
Oops.
Number 7, The Matrix. The plot hole, how did Cypher get into the Matrix by himself? So the big plot hole at the heart of the Matrix, as the internet often points out, is that why did the machines allow the human batteries to have free will if it would be so dangerous to their plan? Well, because otherwise their subconscious minds would reject the Matrix. Happened before, went south, very bad, lots of cleanup to be done. The plot hole that not a lot of people notice, however, is how the hell did Cypher get into the Matrix to have his little Judas stake with Agent Smith? It's one of the big established rules of the franchise, you need an operator to get you into the Matrix and to remove that giant plug from your neck when you're done. Tank didn't know about his betrayal, no one did, so explain yourself, Pantaleano.
Ignorance is bliss.
Number 6, The Dark Knight Rises. The plot hole, Bruce Wayne is the world's biggest asshole. No, not the whole how did Bruce Wayne get back to Gotham, that's beating a dead bat horse at this point, but rather a gap in logic that doesn't exactly undo the plot, but undoes the whole Bruce Wayne is not a gigantic human turd angle. So Bruce Wayne fakes his own death and moves to Florence, where he'll never be recognised because Florence isn't a major metropolitan city. He doesn't tell Alfred that he's still alive, preferring to leave that to him spotting him by chance.
Bull.
And let me make this loud and clear, that is bull. Literally, Bruce, how could you do that to him? He is a frail old man who has explicitly told you that he can't bear burying any more members of the Wayne family. You are the whole world to him, Bruce. You are his son. Sure, you'll let Robin know the location of the Batcave, but you won't risk dropping Alfred a line like, hey, I'm okay, please don't grieve yourself to death or anything. I mean, what if Alfred never went back to Florence because the memories were too painful? What if he just killed himself? You're an emotional Hitler, Batman. Go yourself. Number 5, Batman Begins. The plot hole, what's the deal with the microwave? Sure, let's stick with Batman. So Ra's al Ghul's big supervillain plot is to take a big microwave oven, we're talking at least 800 watts here, and evaporate all the water in Gotham, releasing a fear toxin into the atmosphere. They set it off, and that's indeed what starts to happen. Except, human beings are made up of 70% water. They've created a gizmo that sends out microwaves strong enough to evaporate underground water from above ground, yet people aren't bursting like cheap flesh balloons after all the water in their bodies turn to gas. That is some science nonsense. Number 4, Spider-Man 2. The plot hole, Doc Ock's stupid plan. Hey, remember that bit when Peter Parker saves himself and Mary Jane from a car being thrown at them by Doc Ock? That was pretty cool, right? Yeah, pretty rad, except why in the blue dick is it happening? Harry Osborn has agreed to give Doctopus Octopus all the tritium he wants in exchange for Spider-Man, and tells him that Peter Parker will know where to find him. Then, despite Harry explicitly saying, "Don't hurt Peter," the first thing the brilliant nuclear scientist does is throw a car at Peter Parker, who he doesn't know is Spider-Man. First of all, what's the beef with Peter? You guys are supposed to be pals. And second, and this is a more pressing question, why did you throw a car at the man you need answers from? Scientist. Number 3, The Two Towers. The plot hole, Legolas is briefly awful at killing people. During the Battle of Helm's Deep, the good guys appear to be winning the day when a berserker runs at a bomb with a lit torch and blows up a huge section of the wall. The only man who can stop him is Legolas, who is possibly the biggest killing machine in Middle-earth, who in the same battle took out multiple orcs sliding on a shield and once killed an elephant with just a bow and arrow. Why then, when given multiple opportunities to kill one single orc, did Legolas suddenly choke? He hits him in the shoulder, thing keeps running. He hits him elsewhere, thing keeps running. If the berserker is just straight up impossible to kill, why wasn't he the first guy into battle? Number 2, Jurassic Park. The plot hole, the silent T-Rex. Now you could maybe forgive this one if the fact that the T-Rex makes noise wasn't the most single iconic moment in 90s cinema. If not one of the most of all time. Teddy Rex is big, quite big, and the ground shakes when he moves, so at the film's end, how does he manage to do a peekaboo surprise against not only the humans, but a bunch of raptors who, you know, are quite good at hunting and hearing and all that jazz? Turns out that somehow the T-Rex learned ninja skills since they last saw him. Life finds a way, I guess. And number 1, Independence Day. The plot hole, why is everyone still a dick to Randy Quaid?
Do you feel like people are out to get you, possibly even murder you?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely, yes.
Who?
Well, I mean, obviously the major plot hole in Independence Day is the fact that the alien mothership apparently runs on the Mac Power operating system. I mean, I know their products are everywhere. Apparently this is explained in the deleted scene that states we got all our computer tech from the alien ship that crashed decades ago, but that makes sense because don't worry aliens, our computers haven't changed in 5 decades either. The other plot hole, the one that you might have missed, is that Randy Quaid's loony crop duster Russell was once a figure of ridicule for claiming to be abducted by aliens. They're gonna kill us all! Then, when aliens are proved to not only exist but have visited Earth before, when Russell claims a personal beef with the aliens, he's still a figure of ridicule. Give the guy a break. Assholes. Assholes to a man. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.